Hey fans, so it's been a while since I've done this, but I'm back with another video that has some commentary in it, and I'm going to be using this video to plug the program that we are running at the New York Transit Museum, that we've been running for the last 2 or 3 summers now, 3 years. So basically, I just want to update you guys on what's happening. We have brand new computers at the museum, which means the graphics are all updated. They run more smoothly than the older computers did, which means we were able to install a lot of new content that would not previously run such as the train that I am operating now, the R38. Here we go. I'm not going to take the time to sign this up because I'm lazy and I don't remember all the shortcut keys to it. But, so this is one of the trains that we've added to the OpenBVE database in the museum that you can take out for a spin. There's several versions of the train that I have customized. We have this right here is the original build, the final 10 cars of the fleet that came with air conditioning and Westinghouse propulsion. Obviously the car numbers are not accurate, but I have the physics coded with field shunting and the Westinghouse motor sounds. The other 2 versions of the 38 that you can operate are the original build version with the AxiFlow fans, GE propulsion, and the post-overhaul version with AC and GE propulsion, no field shunting. So, aside from that, what we have is you can take a spin out on my modified R142. Basically what I did was I edited the cab of the 142A that we had, changed the numbers around, and put in R142, now the propulsion sounds. What else is new here? We have the R22 Redbird with an exterior, R30 Redbird with an exterior. R40 slants have been updated with the exterior. I've added in the R42, the R44 and R46 both have exteriors. I've added in the pre-overhaul R46 exterior with the blue stripe. The R68 with the howling motors and gearboxes is in here with the exterior as well. So I'm looking to update the exteriors for the R142 and R142A that end November 5th and 6th. So come out and check that out. Also want to remind you that we host the workshop on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, for 1 hour, because it's not the summer, from 3:30 to 4:30, so come check us out. Yep, so let's see. I've also added in a few new routes, such as nothing that's being worked on right now. We have a couple more IRT routes that you can run the A division rolling stock on, like the 2 train via the 1. I'm looking for other content that we could preview, but that is it in terms of subway content. Now, in terms of content outside the subway, what I can say is that we do have, let me open this up real quick. We have Long Island Railroad, the Hempstead branch, and the Metro North New Canaan branch. You can choose between the M7 and M8. We have those trains on the computers now. And we also have all of the Toronto subway routes and trains separate folder if you should choose to try that out. So let me take this for a spin here. I've also taken the time to update all of the physics for the SME equipment. It performs much more realistically to real life than it did before, in my opinion. We're still in the process of updating a lot of things with the content, so stay tuned. I will let you guys know what is happening with that. Now, as an aside, if you guys are ever wondering what's going on at the museum, or if there are going to be nostalgia trips or special tours that you might be interested in, I do strongly encourage you to go on Google and search New York Transit Museum and go on the website. On the website you will see a tab for upcoming events and programs. You can go to that link and it will tell you what's going on in the future, so you can always stay appraised of the upcoming tours and trips that we have, such as nostalgia train rides and yard tours, walking tours for the elevated lines, or special historical tours of certain locations. and skip ahead at some point. Could probably take this to, let's see. Take this to 145th Street and then skip ahead to 59th. I typically don't like to do that because when you skip ahead, the stations using the game function, it sometimes messes with the controls, and the controls end up glitching. But there's always a way to rectify that. For any of you watching that may be also fans of my Train Simulator 2016/2017 now, it is, I guess, content, I do apologize for not touching that game in literally forever, but I really don't have an incentive to go back to it at the moment, simply because there hasn't been all that much new content that's been interesting, per se. But I do promise you that as soon as Dovetail releases more content for the North American market, I will jump back into the simulator and play around with that content, release mods if necessary, and stuff like that. I am aware that they are working on content for the North American market. I believe the San Francisco Caltrain route was announced, and I also believe they're doing more New Jersey Transit stuff. That was on, I believe, someone posted about it, so that's where I'm getting that. If you know where it is, then you know better than I do, but I do know that I've read stuff about them working on more New Jersey Transit stuff. So I don't know when that stuff is gonna come out or when they're gonna release more news on it, but I guess just stay tuned to their Twitch streams from Matt. But yeah, as soon as that stuff comes out, I will wholeheartedly jump back into the Train Simulator world and show you guys the stuff that's going on there. Some of you might be wondering about Dovetail's new simulator, Train Simulator World, that they're working on, and you might be wondering whether or not I'm interested in getting that. At the moment, I'm not too sure. Based on what I've seen about the UE4 engine and the interface, I'm not sure how moddable the content will be. It depends on whether or not I can easily play around with the settings, and also whether or not my computer... Well, alright. My PC is 2 years old. At this point, it really needs to be replaced. The graphics are sort of outdated, but more importantly, I really beat up my machine to the point where the hinge on the screen lid is sort of, it's missing screws and it's coming apart. I don't know how much longer I can get this thing to last physically, not to mention the battery's starting to go. I'm always getting these driver power state failure messages when I'm operating on battery power alone. I just need a new machine. I'm hoping to get one maybe by Christmas. Ideally, right now I have an NVIDIA 860M card. Ideally I want something that has a 980M card, because that would fit my budget. If I could afford more, I'd get the 1060 or 1080, but right now I'm not really in the market for that type of hardware. I think a 980 would suit my purposes fine for the time being, for at least the next year or 2 years. But yeah, so I'll let you know when I do get a new machine. That's all. All this stuff is contingent on a lot of different things. So let's see if I remember how to take these timers right. This one should turn yellow. Right. Now. There we go. Start braking. Technically, this entire section is supposed to be 30-mile-an-hour timers, but it's not until you really get to the last few timers that you really have to sort of adhere to the limit, like right here. Oops. Wrap it up. Obviously, it's not like this in real life, but in the game, you can sort of play around with it like that. There we go. Alright, so I said I was going to jump ahead. I will jump ahead here. This is going to mess with things, but whatever. 59th Street. Alright, see, look at that. As soon as I jumped, the brakes dumped. I'm in emergency, and the reverser is in neutral. So let me reset that. Hopefully I can do that. There we go. Reset. I'm gonna have to do a rolling test to make sure this thing will actually roll the way I want it to. Can I close down? Yes, I can close down. Close down. Oh, nope. See, there we go. There's the glitch. Sometimes when you jump, well, for me it's all the time, but when you jump stations like that, and you try to take power, and then you turn off the power. So right now the handle is in coast, but I'm stuck in full parallel. So I'm gonna have to do that again. Jump station 59. Reset the reverser. Doors open. Is there a time? Yeah, there's a time thing at 59. Alright. Close down. And then do another rolling test. Good. Yeah, usually when you do it a second time, it resets it and it works fine. So that's just a little bit of commentary on my part for jumping stations while you're in the game. Probably never mentioned this, but the stop position at 42nd Street or 40 on the A in OpenBVE is not where it's supposed to be. It's not where it is in real life. In real life, the 10 car marker is literally at the end of the platform. Here it's, I think it's like about 15 feet forward of the end of the platform, like just before you get to the end. So technically, in real life, operators have a little more space to work with. Just stop here. So, let's work. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, so technically the 10 car marker should be at the same distance point as the do not enter or cross track sign. I'm too lazy to fix that kind of thing. It's minor. It's just one of those OCD things that I need to feel compelled to complain about. What I should do is I should go ahead and code my own version of the Train of Many Metals and put it in the system. I think that would be fun to have. Sure people would like to operate the Train of Many Metals at the museum. The only thing is, I don't know if I'm up to actually coding. We have the R40 slant cab and the R42 cab. We don't have an R32 cab, but they haven't run the R32 on the Train of Many Metals yet. I have an R11 texture from William that's not released yet, so don't ask for it, but I have it. I'm pretty sure I previewed it before, so we can add that. Oh, that reminds me, I don't think I've touched the R16 in a while. I have not touched the R16 in forever. I should put that in too. That's a good thing to remind myself of. Alright, let's see. I was gonna get it flying. Oh, I can get it from here, I guess. It's just not that good. Let's see. Oh, I'm good. Alright. Yeah, my accuracy is always affected when I'm outside the cab because I can't see exactly where the train is. But, you know, it's not terribly important at this point. Oh, wait, is the conductor board? I guess my conductor's the conductor board. Oh well. So, I have a random question for you people who have stuck with me so far. It's been about 21 minutes. Which type of propulsion do you prefer between the next two options that I'm about to give you? General Electric or Westinghouse? Just comment in the comment section which propulsion you prefer. It's just be like an informal random poll kind of thing. I've always personally liked Westinghouse, simply because of the way the dynamic brake sounds when you take a particularly heavy brake application. I've always complained about the fact that when you take a heavy brake application with a GE propulsion, the car tends to rattle a lot. It's not really something that's sort of pleasing in my opinion, from an aesthetic standpoint. Some of you know, if you hit Control J, you can speed up the game by 5 times. So right now I'm running at 10 times speed. And when you want to increase your accuracy, just hit Control J again and it'll return you back to a normal frame rate. Oh, I hope it's clear. It's clear. Nice. Alright. For when you're sort of like not trying to sit there and wait for your train to get to the next station. For me, I usually don't use it when I'm recording because I want to record in real time and I'll just artificially time-lapse it later through a video editor. I made it early. Yeah, this is also what the time-lapse is good for as well. Get past all this, wait for this to turn green. Oh, there it is. Remember if there's anything else I need to say in this video, but at the moment I'm coming up blank, so if I remember I will say it. curve is supposed to be a lot sharper than it is in the game. Like, this is way too gentle. That's how you run that timer in the game. I think the one thing that would be very interesting to be able to simulate in OpenBVE, if we could get the right plugin code for it, would be proper third rail gappage. I know that, what is it, the Northern Line for OpenBVE, the London Underground Northern Line, does simulate third rail gaps, but it's not completely accurate, because if your first car gaps on the Northern Line and you stop, you will not be able to take power, even though technically the remaining cars are still in contact with the third rail. The proper way to simulate the gap would be for each individual car to lose power as it rolls through the gap. Now, I don't know how complicated that code would need to be, but I think it would be interesting to try to simulate that. So this this next signal here, this next home signal is actually now a timer in real life. I think it's about like a 20-mile-an-hour timer. That's why operators going south tend to crawl out of High Street, and then as soon as they see the aspect, they wrap it up. But honestly, I'm not sure why they added the timer there, because service was fine the way it was before, but it was just a regular home signal with clear aspect. But you know, it's whatever. Just like commenting on these things. There's also, if you ever looked out the front here at this interlocking, I believe it's probably J interlocking here. That's actually what it's called. But if you look out the window of an R32, there's actually interlocking lights that sometimes they're turned on. They look really neat. I just wish the tunnels in the system were better lit sometimes. Make shooting video a lot more easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the train to Utica Avenue, and then after Utica Avenue I will time-lapse it to Broad Street, or not Broad Street, Broadway Junction. And then I'm not sure what I want to do for the elevated portion yet. Alright, time-lapse this. I'm just gonna time-lapse most of the rest of it because I don't want to sit here. And I'll be saying the next 24 minutes that it's gonna take for me to get to Leverett. This is Hoyt Skipperhorn Streets. Transfers available to the G train across the platform. A Lefferts Boulevard bound A train. Next stop, Nostrand Avenue. Stand clear of the doors. Alright, time lapse this section as well. Nostrand Avenue. This is a Lefferts Boulevard bound A train. Transfer to the C is available downstairs. Stand clear to the closing doors. I would make a terrible conductor. That's why I don't bother. That's why I don't want to be a conductor. That aside from the fact that I'd prefer to just be operating the train rather than sitting in a box, closing doors, and you know, and like especially today, like with the new tech stuff, like everything's automated, so really making the announcements, just sort of sitting there providing customer service. It's not really something that I'm particularly passionate about. I could do it per se, I just don't. It's not my preference. Yes, time lapse this. Break time. I don't know. I might not clear this. Let's see. Oh no, I'll clear this. Alright. 25. is a Lefferts Boulevard bound A train. Next stop is Broadway Junction. Stand clear of the closing doors. I would have done this preview with the R38, the Howler, but I figured the background noise is too loud, so I didn't want to have that drown out the entire commentary. This is another set of timers that I have no idea why they're here. I guess you could make the argument that they're here to protect the switch. Crossover switch just south of the station, but you know, it is whatever. This is Broadway Junction. Transfer is available to the C across the platform and the J and L trains upstairs. This is a Lefferts Boulevard bound A train. The next stop is Euclid Avenue. Stand clear of the closing doors. Now this next section is really fun. I don't remember if I've ever commentated on it, but the entire section into Euclid is timered, so it takes particular skill to navigate the sections. If you want to obviously maintain good speed through the section, you can obviously just do the entire thing at like 30 miles an hour and everything will clear in front of you, but that's no fun. Alright, so this signal right here clears at like 30, so I want to slow down for this one. Then you can wrap it up, because the next signal clears at like 40. Signal clear right about now. And then the signal after that, the signal that we see now, that one will slow down. So right now you want to take about, good brake application, bring it down to about 30. Wrap it up. And you leave it wrapped until you, I think you approach. I think it's 2 or 3 signals after this. So this is signal 1. That'll clear fine. Clears everywhere. Signal 2, the next signal right here also clears at 40. Signal 3 should clear at 40 as well. This signal should clear. Right. Now the next signal is the one you have to slow down. Slow down to about 30. Clear nicely at 30. Same thing for the home ball after this signal. Just keep it just under 30 and it'll clear for you. Wrap it up right here. Brake, bring it back down to about 30. Oh wait, nope, this clears at 40, I guess. I don't remember if this home wall is theirs. Wrap it up. So that clears at 30 as well. Obviously you saw that the top aspect didn't change. That's just an error on the root coder's part. That's not actually a signal, that's just a static red object that doesn't change regardless of. Okay, I am too early. Time lapse. For those of you still with me, major kudos to you. We are currently about 44 minutes in. I would not have stuck this long myself. Did I get the lineup yet? No. What time do we leave? 26. Should turn green. Red button now. Clear of the closing doors. So this upcoming switch right here, that's going to take us off the yard lead. Well, actually, this might not be. This isn't the yard lead. This dead ends, but it takes us off this track into the track to Grant Avenue. This switch is not this sharp in real life. You can actually take this switch at 20, and it's really smooth. I've seen operators. I've ridden on trains that have taken the switch at 20, and it's amazingly smooth. But then you have to slow down for the timer coming into Grant anyway. So a lot of operators won't take the switch at 20. So just a quick recap as we come towards the end of the line. Let me actually get out of the cab. The new computers at the Transit Museum have allowed us to install a lot of content that we previously weren't able to host. That includes a lot of new trains. All trains have exteriors, just like this R38. Some of them are better quality than others, I will admit, but it is worth coming out to see if you have not operated at the museum yet with the Pro Throttle joystick controllers. have a few new routes as well. I'm always looking for more routes, so if you have a creation of your own that you wish to host at the Transit Museum, just contact me, comment, and I will do my best to get it on the computers for you. Remember, we host the program during the off-season, which is now, every Saturday and Sunday for 1 hour only, from 3:30 to 4:30. Feel free to drop by if you are not busy, and come hang out with us. Remember, the Transit Museum is a great place to preview content that's still in development, that has not been publicly released yet, such as the Q from 57th Street to Coney Island, the N from Astoria to 86th Street, Gravesend, and the A to Far Rockaway. We have that as well. The A to Far Rockaway. What else do we got? Oh, this is why I don't operate like this. Whatever. What else do we have? That's in beta. Don't remember. Let's see. Beta. Oh, we have the E, which is sort of not being worked on at the moment, but we can preview that. The R to Forest Hills from 95th. We have that as well. The 3 train I've been trying to get to work, but it doesn't, so not on the museum computers anyway. So unfortunately we do not have the 3. The museum is also a great place from an OpenBVE standpoint to really learn how the equipment operates. You can ask one of us to explain to you the in and outs of the equipment that you're operating in the simulator. We also are glad to teach you how to read the signals, how to run timers properly, and how to read lineups. Operating procedure is also something that we briefly talk about if you wish for us to do so. We're a treasure trove of information, historically and technically. We're always glad to assist you. Oh god, I need to stop overrunning. Alright. In addition, I've been getting requests lately for help installing the program. I know that it is somewhat difficult to do so because of the open source nature of OpenBVE. Everything, a lot of the content is still manually installed. So if you are having trouble installing the program at home, and you have a laptop, this is conditional on you having a laptop. You must have a laptop for this to work, but I will be happy to install OpenBVE for you on your computer and test it to make sure it runs. So if you are in need of assistance, the best time to drop by is around 3 o'clock to 3:30. I can use the time that I have to help you out with installing the program or content and seeing to it that it runs on your computer. So, as a final word, I will again remind you, if you are ever in need of information about museum events, tours, nostalgia rides, other things, visit the museum website, go to the upcoming programs and events tab. There will be a full list of programs and events and the dates that they are coming in on are going to be happening on. For example, the City Hall tours and all that good stuff that sells out very quickly. City Hall tours sell out very quickly. So, museum website, if you don't know what the URL is, just Google New York Transit Museum. It'll be the first hit. It's not that hard to find. It will have all the information you'll ever need on there. I do encourage you, if you are an avid transit fan and a museum fan, please, please, please become a member of the New York Transit Museum and help support the programs that they run, and also help support restoration of car equipment. That's always a huge thing that needs to be done, and anything helps, really. If you guys want to keep the old equipment running for decades and decades to come so that we can continue to enjoy them and your kids can learn about them and enjoy them, please, please, please support the museum in any way that you can. Becoming a member is part of that. Alright, coming into Lefferts, I should probably be in the cab so I can read the timers properly. So again, final word, non-New York City Transit and OpenBVE related. Are waiting for Railworks content, I will be coming back to Railworks as soon as Dovetail Games releases more news about the American content that is supposedly in the works. So stay tuned for that announcement. In the meantime, I might be persuaded to update a few of my mods if I can work up the motivation to do so. But for the time being, I am sort of preoccupied with trying to catch the R179 test set out in the Rockaways before it starts clearance testing all around the system. So, stay tuned for all of that stuff. I will keep you guys updated if anything new happens. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. This is Lefferts Boulevard. It's the last stop on this train. Thank you for riding with New York City Transit. We hope you have a wonderful day. Last stop, train is out of service, all off, all off.